All right, this is my second attempt. Listen, today is February 11th, right? 2019. It's midday, right around 12:48. I'm not really looking to buy anything at this moment. I'm currently in Gpro. Um, not it's doing what I thought it would do. After Friday's strong green day, which is something I really wanted to buy this at the 510 area when I first heard about it, but I didn't. So I ended up buying it on the second green day. As you can tell, it's strong. I got in at five something. I got in at five something. What did I get in at? I got at 559. Not that much of a, not a big reward, but it's just being able to find the actual movement of the stock. So the main reason why I even wanted to show this is because, like I said, I brought it up on Twitter yesterday. I put it up on Facebook, and then I also put it up somewhere else. I kind of shared it with a couple of friends. This is to see what their reactions were. I don't know how many avid GoPro users there are, but I do know that the market is reacting to this GoPro. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, when the green line, which is my 100-day moving average exponential, I don't think I highlighted that last time. So the green line is the 100-day moving average exponential. Don't worry about the yellow line. I just kind of put it in there just to put it there. The purple line is the VWAP. So the VWAP is the volume weighted average price. So over how much people are buying or selling according to the price. How many shares of a person or whoever is purchasing or selling according to the volume and the price on average. So this is it's a pretty good indicator. So anyway, in between this indicator, once this green line crosses over this purple line, there's an anticipation that it will continue to go higher. I do not know if it will hold 550. Particularly, I think it's going to come back and come to 540. I think it's just going to pull back a little bit, just because, if I look on the year chart, like you said, I think I just said this, but if I look on the year chart, it hasn't been overbought before, like overbought. I have no idea who you are. It hasn't been overbought. So since it hasn't been overbought like it is right now, it's always been bouncing off that line. So right now, it's breaking through. We'll see if it will continue to break through. I think it did that like one other time, which was right here. But I rarely ever see this stock ever, breaking out. So, I'm only holding it. Like I said, I only have 100 shares. I'm really just trying to see if normally I would buy on the first green day, but I bought on the second green day, which is fine. But I do want to test it out to see if it will hold over this 100-day moving average and trade a little bit higher. I'm thinking that it will come to 6 at one point or another. But if it does pull back today and towards the end of the day and it holds like 545 or something like that, then or 540, then I'll probably buy more shares and try to go a little bit higher. But that's with this one. Let's go to another one. Let's go to actually one that I sold earlier this morning, and I am grateful that I did because it took a nice little plummet, like 15 minutes later. And it's trying to find some rebounding now. That's PYX. PYX is a stock in the wheat industry. I think some of the stock big names were down today, like Tilray and Canopy. But this was up, and like I said, it was up purely on, for me, technicals. And it also it crossed over the 100-day moving average, as we can see right here, this green line. Crossed over the 100-day moving average on the year chart. So I bought it here on this day. I think I was buying it in the 17s, 1725, 1725, 1730. I think it was actually 1735, come to think of it. Bought 400 shares and just rode the wave. So this green day, I sold it today at 18, I think it was 1870 where I sold it today, and it's been plummeting ever since. It's trying to rebound, but I don't really trust it. I think it will do something like this. That's why it was my whole intention of selling this one, just because I didn't think it was going to be able to hold its gains, because it tends to do that when it spikes. So when you're looking at any type of stock, you want to look for patterns that has happened in history, patterns that have shown that a stock will do the behavior that you're anticipating. You kind of want to confirm it, that it might do it. And if it doesn't do it and the stock goes higher, or it doesn't do it and you get out anticipating that the stock will go lower, at least you cut your loss. At least you got out because you wanted to stick to your rules. You didn't want it to fall back, and you say, hey, I'm gonna cut my losses here because I'm unsure. You're never obligated on staying in on a stock. You're never obligated on staying with the stock. You're not committed. You're not married to them. If you want to get out, you get out. You save and protect your account by any means necessary. So let me show you the actual intraday movement. The intraday movement kind of just showed up like this, and this is a nasty fall. Pre-market, it was trading around the 19s, and then it shot up, and I thought it was actually going to hold. It shot up to 1930s before crashing on down, and this was just unbelievable. And I had a feeling pre-market, when it wasn't passing 19, it was going to have some issues. So I put my stop loss at 1870 and just called it a day. And you see this strong candlestick, it just kept on going down and down and down. What was in a matter of minutes. Like, this was a matter of minutes, and I really just sold. I sold real luckily right around here at support. So I'm glad that I did do that. I'm glad that I did have that time to recognize that this was not holding, and it was retesting support, which was right here. And before it got any lower, I got out, and I was able to recover or keep my a little over $500 in profits. But now it's tending to find its way back up, and as we know now, look at it. It is trading right at the VWAP or the 100-day moving average or the 200-day moving average. So this still has the potential of going up higher. I think they come out with earnings later on today, so I'll be watching them. I still don't trust it, so this is not something that I'll be looking at, as far as staying in before earnings is released. I would rather wait until the earnings is released. I like the chart overall, though. I think the chart overall says that it might actually go somewhere. So we shall see. I think I'm gonna stop there because that's a lot of information that I just kind of just went over. But I'm going over my trade and just seeing what it will do. And as you can tell, it didn't really. It did a lot, but it's pulling back, and we're just gonna wait until after hours when the news comes out. So, like I said, I'm in on Gpro. I'm also in on one other stock. I don't think it's gonna. I know it's gonna go a little bit higher, but I just don't know how long I want to hold it. And I'm holding in a small account. I really don't. This is a billionaire play. I don't know how long this is gonna hold up. I got in at 965. Should have got in a lot sooner. Should have got in, on these days when it was in the 8s, because I just didn't follow my indicators. I didn't follow my indicators, and I didn't think it was going to have the same movement as Avon did, which it did. So we're just going to watch this a little bit later, and I'm going to stop because it's midday and there's really no reason to trade. Just watching what I am watching and seeing what they're doing. So I'll just come back. I'll come back.